Okay, so I found this morning and I sent it to Mersh. This is in Maine, and this woman is insane. She went to the Hell's Angels headquarters in her local town.
Oh God!
And did this.
This woman is fucking nuts.
So, this is the Hell's Angels.
Ma'am.
This is making me nervous just watching this because it's like I wouldn't have stopped and asked those gentlemen for directions.
No.
You know what I mean?
Also, it's probably a good idea that, like, if you're spying on people, don't roll up in your car, hold your arm out the window with your camera and go, "This is where the Hell's Angels are!"
That's, man, you...
approach.
Well, so the thing is, like...
And the thing is, like, bikers will, for the most part, just keep to themselves anyway. Like, yeah, I know, all right, I do the criminal stuff or whatever. But for the most part, I grew up around fucking pagans and shit. And then I ran a bar for them years later. And it's like, they keep to themselves. Like, they have their own little fucking, usually, like, they got their own little compound they go hang out on. And, you know, they get drunk and they do their meth or whatever. But they're not, like, fucking bothering people, usually. You know what I mean? The only time they're bothering people is when they're rolling through town, 100 of them, and you have to listen to 100 bikes.
And not only that, I looked up where this compound was. It's in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like it's in a residential neighborhood. They're not bothering anybody. Look,
yeah, they're not in Portland, Maine. They're in just, like, the fucking backwoods somewhere.
Compound.
Ma'am, is this really what you want to be doing?
Located, they're moving into the suburbs of Maine.
And I like that they approach her calmly, like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
They don't even start off like crazy bikers. They're just like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
And they're expanding into the suburbs of Maine.
They're not, though.
Per the FBI, they're in Maine. They are an outlawed motorcycle of Maine.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, it's a fair question. I'm not usually going to side with the criminal bikers, but
no, I side with
property, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
I side with that. And the guy on the left has a bullwhip in his hand, which is my favorite.
Run away!
Can you please get away from my vehicle?
You went to them. Can you imagine if I were to go like to just fucking Pork and Beans Project in Miami and just start filming them selling drugs, and then I go, "Why are you coming towards my car?" It's my fault.
The what project?
Okay, Overtown. Look it up. It's the most famous, the most dangerous project in Overtown is called Pork and Beans.
Oh my God, you're right. Liberty Square, often referred to as the Pork and Beans.
Yeah. So that's where like Uncle Luke,
Liberty City.
Yeah, Papa. That's where all the fucking. That's like the worst part of Miami is that project, that area. Remember the Wire? Remember the projects in the Wire?
Yeah, there's that.
It's like
Carroll
that.
City.
Carroll
it's
City.
That whole little area. It's just like, oh, it's the Rick Ross territory.
It's bad.
Can you get away from?
Wasn't that the Mario Boatlift area, like the Liberty City?
No. That was more near Bayside.
Into the suburbs of Maine.
What are you doing?
Well, yeah, no, I guess it's not that far because Bayside's not far from over. It might have been. You might be right, actually. No, that's not Ryan Long.
Can you please get away from my vehicle?
Can you get away from? Put the camera down.
Hey, bud, like, why are you filming me, bud? Like, I'm just, we're out here, we're doing like motorcycle stuff.
Get out of here with it.
Do you think trans people should be like bikers?
Do you think Jack should have killed Clay? It's all Sons of Anarchy questions.
Yeah.
Can you get away from my vehicle?
Get the fucking camera out of here.
Get away from my vehicle.
Get the camera out of here.
Get away from my vehicle.
What are you doing?
Both of you.
What's your problem?
Get away from my vehicle right now.
Get the camera out of here.
Get away from my vehicle.
You're talking to the Hells Angels like this, man.
Listen here, buckaroo.
Exactly.
Fucking watch it. We better watch it.
Right now.
Listen here, Buster Brown.
I do not have to.
She's got like old
I'm an
lady
American
fucking
citizen, and what I'm doing is legal.
What is it you're doing?
Not your business. Move away from my vehicle right now.
I suggest you get the fuck out of here.
Right now.
I suggest you get the fuck out of here.
You threatening me?
No, absolutely not.
What are
you... Ma'am, you're saying, are you threatening me to a criminal organization?
Yeah, an internationally recognized criminal organization.
Ma'am, yes, they are threatening you.
you gonna do, you little fucking punk? Don't
Ooh,
Ma'am,
ma'am,
what are you doing?
ma'am? I'm.
Ma'am.
You're playing a very dangerous game right now.
Why don't you fucking threaten me?
Why
Don't you go get another fucking piercing in your face? Get out.
Get a piercing in your face.
Pull your
Her
pants
insults are
up.
so lame.
Probably will.
Get out and mind your business. Mind your business.
So if you go to her YouTube channel, she's fucking nuts. She had this.
No.
This is more recent, but she had a video from 2019 where she was yelling at the cops because she said that if somebody was stalking her from the Hell's Angels, broke into her house, drugged her, and raped her. And the cops like, ma'am, there's literally no evidence of that. So this woman is nuts. But there's a lot of crazy people. But this woman it's like being a crazy person and actively just calling the Yakuza a bunch of zipperheads. Like, why would you do that? You fucking retard.
Imagine being in the Hell's Angels and you're gonna have to file a fucking restraining order against some old lady.
Oh my God, that would be Hell's Angels. Hell's
Could you tell her
Angels.
to leave us alone, man.
All right, now we're seeing here the next one's from the docket. The Hell's Angel LLC versus Gladys McGillicuddy. All right, it says here the Hell's Angels is filing a restraining order
And
because
there's some just fucking big old broad-shouldered old guy with long hair and a beard with his fucking cut on
and he's
like, look, Your Honor, we just wanted her to leave us alone, okay? I mean, we're just trying to run a business.
And then, Your Honor, she said, I probably ride a three-wheel. Excuse me, I need a moment.
And they're like, wait, so you're saying this old lady is disrupting your organization? Well, yeah, Your Honor, we had a toy run scheduled for the kids for Christmas this year, and this woman's just fucking our shit up. Just tell her to leave us alone, please.
Okay, let's say how synthesizers arguing with the Yakuza. Who did your ink, Toshi? A blind retard?
Yes.
Also, you know what I did? You know what I recommend? Go to like the really mafioso types in like Jersey and call them a bunch of stupid Guidos and tell them that Italians are actually black people. See how they come at you.
Be so funny that she just starts accusing them in court. Like, well, these bikers are like, they're doing all this illegal shit and they're growing marijuana. And they'll be like, is that true? And they'll be like, yeah, Your Honor, we have a business license.
It'd be fucking hilarious.
We're doing, I mean, yeah, if you want to come check it out, it's fine. But everything we're doing is legal.
And you know, the best part is to go, but can it be at 6 p.m. because we're doing a soup drive?
Yeah.
And we're doing a motorcycle toys for tots this year too. So we're really like, you know, God, we're busy.
Very busy time of year, and we just really need this woman to stop disrupting our completely above board business.
I like the idea of the lawyer being dressed in a suit but with a cut on, though.
Yes.
I really would love that look.
Mind your business.
Hey,
Get out of the road.
Fucking video camera back.
Get out of the road.
This is $2 from the Cynical Negro. I know I'm just a black guy here, but am I the only one who thinks white bitches think their ovaries are a shield against any form of violence, justified or otherwise? I don't know. Well, that only goes to show me that those white chicks have never dated a black guy.
Yeah, they'll learn someday.
Uh-huh. You know who learns that? The wives of cops.
Well, you got issues, huh?
I love that the Hells Angels guy's like, ma'am, are you okay? Do we need to get help?
Yeah, you're all kinds of fucked up, lady.
I suggest you take
Look, ma'am, we just like sell drugs and we pimp out some whores. I mean, that's about it. You seem a little crazy.
a nap, lady. Get the fuck out of here. Come on.
And she's not leaving. Yo, and then in the comments, there's some people that are like, she's brave standing up to those evil fucking criminals. I'm like, it's one thing to stand up to those criminals if they were extorting old people's businesses, but it's another thing if they're in their own compound, right? With a fence, probably just smoking weed, and the guy was probably breaking bottles with his bullwhip. You know? Like, leave him alone.
Of Maine.
Yeah, it's not like they surrounded this woman's car out of the blue.
Oh, no, you're at their place. And by the way, I looked up where they are. It is out of the way. It's not like she ran into them.
In their territory. You can see the severity of their aggression and how many.
I'll be honest with you, just like you, Marcia, you said earlier, I've known a couple Hells Angels people. They're really nice dudes. And here's the other thing that I'm sure you know. A lot of Hells Angels guys, former military. A lot of them are.
Yeah, I mean, they're criminals. They're criminals that want to be left alone.
And I'm fine. You know, I'm fine with that.
They're generally not fucking the kind of criminals we see all the time on viral videos. Where it's like all up in your fucking face, and they're all up fucking trashing, getting in fucking brawls in the middle of your mall. You know, it's fucking. They just like sell meth and they hang out in their little compound in the woods. Leave them alone.
Bay Stan with a $5 donation. Merch, can you please do an impression of Mark Wahlberg being a concerned citizen filming the Hells Angels?
I'm tired of this crime in this community. What the hell's going on? These guys got to become good Catholics.
Now let me get in my crazy amount of steroids that I'm going to take for my next role.
I was getting up at 4 a.m. so I could work out. And all of a sudden, I hear these motorcycles.
Turns out if you work out and if you lift hard enough, the gay thoughts go away in your head. It worked for me. I'm not gay no more.
That's how I'm able to forgive myself for not stopping 9/11 when I could have.
You know, if I was there wouldn't have been a Holocaust. They would have just kicked Hitler in the face. And then we would have bing, bang, boom, done.
I would have brokered a deal with the ATF and the Branch Davidians. I could have done it. You should have brought me in. I would have fixed it.
I could have negotiated.
What are you doing?
Ma'am, you got out of the car?
Huh? What the fuck are you
So the
doing?
Hells Angel has moved into the suburb.
Can I say something else about the Hells Angels compound? Well manicured.
Yeah.
Tip-top shape.
Like barricade garage and
Yeah.
shit.
Of Maine, so they're expanding their territory. You can see the severity of
Mestizo bitch, your wife a whole Mexican.
their aggression and how many of them have come out here. And so this is their compound, and they're involved per the FBI, illegal human trafficking, illegal drugs.
I was saying this earlier today for something else, but we really need to update the way we're using the word human trafficking and sex trafficking, because
it's already been
I know,
like ruined.
You know what human trafficking and sex trafficking used to mean? They would take women from their families in other countries, usually bring them over here in container ships and make them work off their fucking debt for food while they're basically slaves, indentured servitudes. That's what sex trafficking
their
is.
passports and all that shit, and they just keep everything from them. And
being a pimp to 3 strippers at the dollhouse is not sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying, though?
No, you're right, though.
Like, it's not, but they call that everything sex trafficking now. It's not, everything's not.
When I worked in South Florida is the only time where I really saw pimping being like more commonplace. I mean, it's everywhere in the strip club business, but in Miami, it was like everyone had a pimp. And like most of those women were free to go. It wasn't like a fucking, you know what I mean? It's like you're free to go at any time.
Apparently, it said Hell's Angels did run kids. Is that true? Did they really run kids at one point? I doubt it. I'm not going to doubt that the criminal organization didn't do that, you know? Trafficking.
Off, lady.
Mind your business.
Hey,
Get out of the road.
Okay, 50 Hells Angels go on trial in a case alleging prostitution, murder, trafficking, and other crimes in Spain. Okay, but I don't think the one in Maine was doing it. Did you know there was Hells Angels in Spain?
Yeah, they're all over the world. Yeah, the Netherlands, they're all over Europe. They're in Australia. Yeah. So are the pagans.
Those are the ones that worship the Vikings, right? And say that Christmas is actually a pagan holiday?
No, not the actual pagan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not those guys.
Video camera back.
You mean the cool ones, not the skate ones?
Honestly, the pagans are the cooler biker gang.
I agree.
Only because they have the cooler logo.
That's what I said.
They have like the Norse god with the fucking flaming hammer. It's like, okay, that's pretty fucking. If you're gonna have a logo, man, it's pretty fucking badass.